Hello, good morning, and or good afternoon, depends on the time. Okay, so my name is Muhammad Ifan Bishar Amal, and I'm going to present about my task 1 Tslb 3422. So I'll be discussing about four things: giving instruction, questioning strategies, managing behavior, and giving feedback. So giving instruction. Giving instruction has a direct impact on learning. When pupils do not comprehend what they are expected to do, a lesson or activity becomes chaotic and fails. However, providing effective instruction remains a difficulty for both native and non-native language teachers, as well as for both experienced and inexperienced educators. So, from the statement, it shows that even though you are an experienced or you have been teaching for a long time, giving instruction may be hard, depends on the students, and also depends on the subject. Because to give instruction, you need to have many skills. For example, you need to be clear, and you need to stand straight and have and can project your voice properly. So give instruction based on the video Teaching 21st Century Skills, Oxford Discover Sample Lesson Level 1 Part 1. I have discovered a lot of things. So, how to enhance instruction giving skills? So, first and foremost, we use visual aids. Visual aids are very important. Can help how you deliver your information because you may use things such as PowerPoint slides, PowerPoint presentation, and you could use pictures, and you could even use real life materials such as, okay, for example, I take as you are teaching things about the world map. You could bring a globe to the school. You as a teacher, you bring a globe and you show where is this located. For example, you show where Malaysia is located. So you give instruction. So by giving instruction, for example, you wrote on the whiteboard like how to do this thing, how to do this subject, how to do these materials. So you use visual aid. You write on the whiteboard, you show maybe you show pictures. So it help you to enhance your instruction giving skills. So you can also demonstrate materials. For example, on how to use it. For example, you give your students a yes and no question. So you okay for so you have this statement. So you show that okay if the statement is correct, you tick on your yes, and if the statement is incorrect, you tick on no. So if you show the pupils, they will understand. And then you use model proper stance. For example, you stand straight and you talk to them properly, then they will understand. And you could project your voice and even clearer. And after that, you must, I repeat, you must capture their attention. To give instruction, you need to capture the audience attention. So they know what to do after that. If you give the instruction but they are not focusing on you, they will be confused on okay, after this, what do we do? Even though you just stated before what to do after that. So you need first and foremost you need to capture the audience attention or your pupils' attention as for that matter. Okay, so based on the video that I had research on YouTube, so the effectiveness of the teacher talks is okay. There are many aspects Okay, the first and foremost is clarity of instruction. The position of the instruction given is very clear. The teacher show and a good uh, instruction, and the students also understand understood the teachings and are not confused at all. On the sequencing, the steps that are taught by the teacher is in logical order. For example, the teacher explained it properly on how to do the material that had been given, or the question that are asked by the teacher are clear. So after that, so the teacher can transition task to task smoothly. After that, demonstration. The teacher model is effective in aiding the students. the teacher the teacher use a model, so it improves the student understanding in the video. And the interaction and the engagement. Students are very involved in the lesson, and they are focusing on the teacher. Adaptability. Teacher provide clarification to the students if the students are confused. So it clear up the misunderstanding. And the use of visual. The teacher uses visual aids such as writing and drawing on the whiteboard to further the student understanding. And moreover, the language level. So you need to use a proper language level according to the student level. So the teacher use appropriate language level to improve their own comprehension in the classroom, because it will be hard if they do not understand in the classroom. So things that I could say that needed to be improved in the teacher talk is the teacher may or can be a bit more strict on the students. So even though the teacher talk is effective, but it can be more effective if the teacher are more strict, are more are more strict on the students, because they will be more focused, even though they are focusing. But on every aspect, there are always something that need to be improved. So that is my comment on the teacher talk on this on the giving instruction video. So to give instruction, we need to be clear. BECLEAR. So the first B, break things down. So if you have a long statement or something that is hard to comprehend, so you break things down into simpler terms so people could understand. So secondly, explain the activity. So explain on how to do things so people can do it easily. So three, create a step-by-step solution. So if you explain to the students on how to do it, so you create a step-by-step solution. So it can be easily done, the materials or the question. So fourthly, let students see what the activity looks like. So if you show an example by, it could be also used by experiment with students. So for example, you could call a student up front and you experiment with a student, and the other student will watch how the student do the work. And then after that, you assess their understanding. So by having them answering question, or you ask them about things that are related to the topic that you had just talked about. So after that, you must repair misunderstandings so they will not do any mistake later on. Yes, so checking understanding of instruction. These are the way. Do you understand is not an effective instruction checking question in teaching, but you use specific question. You ask the specific question that require thoughtful responses, or use question whose answer that provide clear indication whether the students truly understand the instruction. Or You can also use mix of question with right and wrong answer. Incorporating cues at the end of instruction is okay, is very useful. You as a teacher, for example, that if a student had just stated this for this question, this is the answer. Okay, my teacher, this is the answer. So you as a teacher, you could say, I see, while nodding your head a bit. So you show that the student is correct and you increase their own confidence. And then before starting an activity, employ checking question to confirm students' comprehension. So you know where are the students' level at. So after that, you check again after you finish the student after finished finish the activity. So you know where the students at levels at after the activity is finished. So questioning strategies. So based on the video, questioning strategies and questioning styles and strategies. Okay, so what's the uses of questioning? Teacher utilize questioning to guide learning, extend students' thinking, check for understanding, improve students' confidence. Questioning allows learners who are learning English as an additional language EAL to build language skills and participate in academic thoughts. Questioning strategies, the Bell Foundation 2023 has stated there before. So questioning is to guide the students by asking them questions. So they will ponder on this question and they will use their own brain to think up the answer or maybe research for a further or more clear answer. So yeah, extend the student thinking and also check for understanding. So like I stated before, checking for understanding is very important. And after that, you improve the students' confidence, just like I stated before also. So based on the video, students in Hannah Compton fifth grade class discuss the novel Bridge to Terabithia and explore their comprehension through a menu of questions. The focus is on Terabithia, a place where the characters escape daily problems, share feelings, and become friends. Yeah, so these are the question strategies and the technique used. So the first one, mastery. So the teacher had us describe what terabithia looks like. So the technique used is provisional writing and queuing, think, pair, share, random calling, surveying, students calling, value feedback. So provisional writing is and queuing is you write the answer and you ponder on the answer, and also think, pair, and share. Think and pair and share. So like the name has stated, so you think and then you find a pair. For example, me as a student, I find my own friend. Okay, so for example, I found Ali. Then I share my answer with him. Then after that, he will share his own answer with me. So that random calling. Random calling is the teacher. The teacher just randomly call anyone in the classroom to give out their answer. And then surveying. Surveying is such as you as a teacher, you survey which student have the most greatest understanding of the topic or which student have the most less understanding of the topic. So you survey and had them answer any question or give up their own answer. And after that, student calling. Student calling is more likely like random calling. It's almost identical. And also value feedback. So that understanding. So the teacher had asked, what effect did Terabithia have on Jesse and Leslie relationship? So wait time and problem is the technique used. So wait time. So wait time is the teacher give a bit quiet of time for them to think up the answer, and then the teacher will prompt. The teacher will okay tell them to hurry up, guys. So they will answer a bit of question, and then so that is what problem is. Okay, so after that Interpersonal. What do you like best about Terabitia? Okay, so the technique used is learning logs, clarifying, physical representation. Learning log and clarifying is intertwined and very related to each other. And clarifying. Clarifying is the teacher asks the student, okay, could you clarify that answer for me? Could you tell me more about that, about your answer? And that's what clarifying is. And physical representation. Physical representation is such as you are the teacher asks the students on how to do. Could you show an example on this character? So the student will stand up and most probably will make an example of the teacher. Maybe he will scream or maybe he'll talk like the characters he had in mind. And self-expressive, draw a picture of Terabithia. So so the teacher had asked to draw a picture of Terabithia. So the teacher used the technique extending responses. So he give them time and then for them to think up the best answer and draw the best picture. So the process of learning that happened in the video. Students engage in a comprehension menu with question tailored to different learning styles. Terabithia is described as a magical place where imagination flourishes. Techniques are used to ensure engagement and deeper thinking. Students share their vision of Terabithia through drawings. Discussion explore the impact of Terabithia on relationship and self-expression. The learning styles of students are reflected in their response and preference. Students express a desire to be themselves, have fun, and create imaginary creatures in Terabithia. So these are processes that happen in a video based on my observation. So the learning styles that can be seen in the video is first and foremost auditory, kinesthetic, visual, reading and writing. So auditory happen when the learner or aka the students hear the question and hear the student hear the question, so they will think up the answer. And also kinesthetic happens when they they do go through process themselves. For example, they draw the picture or they color the picture. And so the visual is when the teacher use or the student read or look at the picture in the book. Yeah. So managing behavior in the classroom according to the video is discussion about managing behavior is very important in the classroom for them to control their own behavior. So misbehavior, the classroom according to the video, 9 grade ELA. I had research on YouTube. So discussion about descriptive writing in 9 grade ELA class, what the teacher is doing at that moment. And then it focus on the problems faced by the woman as a descriptive topic. But in the middle of the descriptive, in the discussion, students had chew a chewing gum. So what happened after that? The teacher told Adam, the child who have gum in his mouth, to spit it out in the trash can. So the teacher is being firm with it. So what we learn from this, behavior can constantly happen in the classroom. Thus the teacher need to be strict and firm on some occasion. So being firm is very important because you can see, you as a teacher, you need to control the classroom behavior. So managing an ESL classroom can be challenging, especially with language barriers. So here's are the key tips for effective ESL classroom management. So first one, establish clear rules. Set clear rules in the beginning of semester and enforce them consistently to establish authority. So establish authority is very important. You as a teacher, you must not let the students get over their heads. You must establish your own authority and set clear rules at the beginning of semester. So in the end of this in the end of the semester, they will hit the rule. So if you, for example, you set the clear rules in the middle of the semester, so they will be suddenly shocked. Okay, why do I have to be like this? Okay, before this I could do it, but why now I can't? So it will be hard for you to change their own mindset. So after that, you need to avoid overreacting. Overreacting in the classroom is very bad. You as a teacher, you need to keep it professional. So when an issues arise, maintain composure. Understand that kids kids may act out due to various reasons and not necessarily disrespecting you as a teacher, because they may have troubles at home because they are not enough yet as a grown up, so they may not able to control their own emotional fully or truly. So you must not be like them, so you need to stop overreacting, or maybe you control your own emotion very truly. um so so when an issue arrives, you are calm, you as a teacher are calm, and you can solve the problem. So after that, don't take things personally. Separate classroom issues from personal life. Avoid carrying grudges and don't let don't let it affect your overall well-being. Classroom issues are very important, and personal life is also important. So, but you must have a barrier. You must make things separate. Please do not combine things, and do not let things affect your own overall well-being, you as a teacher, your own mental health. So you need to be calm by not overreacting and don't take things personally. Also, balance attention. So while addressing disruptive students, maintain a balance. So you must have a few, usually, I'm not saying that all classes, but you must have at least a few, maybe one or two students that have quite a disruptive behavior. So don't let one student's behavior dominate your focus. Ensuring the class that please ensure that the class is not neglected. You as a teacher, you must keep professional and control things. Do things the best as you can, and you must, even though some may be disturbing, but you must do your job and treat them truly and teach the class. Make sure that the class is becoming a good student. After that, give me feedback. The most powerful tool to improve learning and information on how we are in order to reach our goal. So feedback give information on how to improve and comments on weakness and strength. Because even though a long time speaker or maybe a professional speaker may have things that are not quite perfect, so everyone has their own strength and weaknesses. So we should we as a teacher can give feedback to the students, all the students can give their own feedback to us, and it's very important for us to grow. And effective feedback strategies such as, instead of generic praise, feedback should be specific and focusing on how the message is received, and using how, why, how approach aids in providing constructive feedback. So constructive feedback, let's talk about constructive. So you could use constructive feedback in many occasions. You must not only give out your own negative feedback, but you must also include positive feedback on and things on what should you improve. Give feedback like that, include things like that, so they can grow. Yeah, so based on the video on how to teach grammar, PPP model Tslb/Celta. So analysis of the video, the feedback that the teacher gives is very clear and very detailed. The clarity of the feedback is clear. The teacher uses the word wonderful and very good. Variety of methods was used: verbal discussion or peer review. Feedback used on the video includes both positive reinforcement and ideas for improvement. Feedback is tailored to the student's need. Okay, so the teacher is actually very good, and I'm quite impressed from the teacher by the teacher in the video. And but I noticed that sometimes, occasionally, that some of the students are not paying enough attention. They are paying attention, but not enough. Maybe the teacher could be more direct, or maybe clear, can project their own voice, or and or use more bass sound, or talking using their chest. Yeah, oh. So they will, so the student will focusing more, and using the word wonderful and very good is very commended and very good. But the teacher should also include, okay, things on such as constructive feedback. Constructive feedback and are not enough use are not used enough in the video, in my opinion. And at the end of the session, the teacher gave the feedback, but I think there are things that could be commented more about the students' behavior, on the students' answer. There are things that should be improved more, but it's okay according to the video. So the explicit feedback strategies for oral interaction, explicit correction. For example, if a student utter utter a words or sentence incorrectly, so the teacher will correct the students. So that is what explicit correction is. After that, you use clarification requests. So if a student is saying a few words, so the teacher pretends that he or she does not understand. So so the students may need to rephrase or even repeat the question. So it will improve their oral interaction. After that, elicitation. By asking questions like how do you say that in English, and pausing to let students finish the teacher utterance. So after that, the teacher directly elicits the correct form from the students. So the students will improve and subconsciously improve their own words, and also recast and repetition. Teacher repeats the student poorly constructed sentence while modifying intonation to emphasize mistake. And last but not least, meta-linguistic cues. Teacher provide comments on the students or question or information related to the student's utterance. So after that, he say what he think about the students' skills or things or should be improved. So that is what meta-linguistic cues is. So these are the reference that I had used, and there are more, but that had been stated in other pages in the Google site. So that is all for me. Thank you.